Ever wonder how an agency can defy the odds and emerge as a powerhouse in legal marketing? I'm David. Today we delve into the modern firm's success story in legal marketing to understand how this agency became a vital business partner to scores of small law firms. When new opportunities knock, you answer. And that's precisely what Brendan Chard, founder of the modern firm, did back in 2002. It was a time when the internet was just beginning to gain momentum, and Brendan saw the potential. Brendan's journey started during his time at the University of Michigan Business School, coinciding with the rise of the internet. He dabbled in website work for IT and small law firms as a side gig. But the question that kept coming up was, can you build a website for us? Despite the initial reservations, Brendan recognized the opportunity in macro trends around the internet and began to say yes.
So I just started saying yes, and then it just started, sort of growing from there, a lot by word of mouth, and then, eventually, nationwide, marketing and reputation. But it all sort of was just born out of, the need that was developing right when, the web was just becoming a thing.
Fast forward to today, the Michigan-based agency has evolved into a powerhouse with 18 employees, having helped over 1,500 clients achieve their goals. Over the course of 20 years, the modern firm has transformed from a one-person operation into a thriving agency that's left its mark on a niche market of small law firms. Brendan's deep connection to the legal profession through his family played a crucial role in shaping the modern firm's path. This connection provided insights into the specific needs of small law firms.
We see small firms as really needing the most help. They are often the ones who, at least the firms that we're working with, they often are established in their career and they're leaving oftentimes a relatively cushy and safe environment to have their own law firm. They're leaving the support network of a large law firm that somebody else is paying the lease and providing all of the technology and the support systems. Yet something about that is just not sitting right with them, and in particular with our clients. And so they just feel the urge, they've got to do it on their own. They've got to do it their own way. And so then they're leaving that environment where all of this stuff is provided, and it leaves a big void and a lot of questions and anxiety for them.
The modern firm stepped in to alleviate the stress.
They can outsource such a huge portion of their marketing and sort of technical worries to us. And so just a lot of great services that we can provide and make a really big impact.
It's a lesson in the power of understanding your audience and delivering value in a way that resonates uniquely with the modern firm. Working with small law firms allowed the agency for a personal touch.
We're working directly with owners and directly with the partners and decision makers, and it's fun to see how much what we do impacts their business and hence their personal life. Whereas when we've worked with larger firms, there's good work we can do there, but it's less personal, and projects tend to get bogged down in details and committees. And a lot of the frustrations that like a small firm has with big law exist in those projects. And so for us, it's just more fun, to work with smaller firms.
Crafting a niche wasn't just a strategy for the modern firm. It became a cornerstone of their success. This niche focus not only leads to a stronger agency-client relationship over time, but it also creates a level of personal fulfillment for the modern firm team, fueling their mission to help small law firms succeed at marketing and reach their full potential. The modern firm not only delivered exceptional results, but fostered a community-driven ecosystem. The legal industry's tight-knit community played a significant role in the modern firm's growth.
Unlike some other professions, maybe like dentists or doctors, the lawyers they're just sort of more wired in, socially with one another than other professions. And that has certainly, contributed to our growth because so many referrals and word of mouth. Lawyers also there's still big users of email discussion groups for different practice specialties, for marketing, business development. It's very common for a firm to be a part of several big online communities where they're talking about not only marketing or business things, but also legal developments. And so we get a lot of word of mouth through those discussions as well when somebody is asking sort of the community for help.
However, with growth came new challenges, such as staff management and the need for a more process-driven approach. The legal field is constantly changing with state-specific regulations and ethics guidelines that must be adhered to. The modern firm grapples with a major challenge, staying abreast of the ever-changing legal landscape across 50 states, each with its own laws and regulations. Beyond legal nuances, the modern firm must adapt to changes in marketing platforms like Google Ads, ensuring transparency with clients.
There's all sorts of, policies with Facebook, with Google about what services can be advertised for and what can't. And depending on the area of law, you might not be able to target certain things because, the social media companies have just decided that we can't advertise to this person because they're in too vulnerable of a situation. Or this might, be raise some sort of privacy concern if we do, advertising.
With the help of Aaron Ricciozzi, the modern firm's director of online marketing, the agency places consistent focus on real-time regulatory changes, mitigating the risk of compliance issues.
We've also begun developing legal ethics guides state by state, which are being updated by one of our attorney writers that's on staff. So they're doing all the outlining of, any specifics regarding disclaimers or anything along those lines.
Streamlining these processes have allowed the modern firm to seamlessly adapt to industry changes, staying ahead of the curve. With intricate regulations and changing guidelines a constant part of the legal niche, hiring staff with legal experience became a priority for the modern firm, especially when it comes to copywriters.
In the beginning, when, anybody who's doing marketing or website development will tell you that one of the biggest hangups with a project is getting content done. And not just content, but like good content. And so in the beginning, I started more with just the thinking of we need writers. So I looked more broadly for writers, see if they, if we could connect them with our clients and get this done. And it worked for a little while, but in the beginning, I wasn't specifically working with writers that had a legal background. They had a writing background. And it would work for a little while, but then they would get totally burned out. They could just both the amount of specialized language, one just in the legal industry, but then also specifically with marketing and marketing ethics rules that have to be followed. It was something that was frustrating to more of a general creative writer. And then they would burn out quickly because the interest in the law wasn't there.
The stakes are high. If a writer accidentally slips in the wrong term or fails to uphold a certain local regulation and the article goes live, the result could be devastating for both client and agency alike. For this reason, the modern firm made the decision early on to hire staff with existing legal experience, many of whom are attorneys themselves or worked in the marketing departments at larger law firms.
Their ability to research and understand the law, it makes a difference totally. Our clients appreciate the attention to detail, the understanding of the differences between jurisdictions, the understanding of the legal ethics guidelines state by state.
A marketing agency operating in the legal niche has to be hyper aware of staying within the regulated guardrails. There's a higher premium of doing due diligence. Assembling a team that comprehensively understood the intricacies of legal marketing regulations across different states allowed the modern firm to not only meet, but exceed client expectations. With over 1,500 clients that rely on them, the modern firm's success story demonstrates the power of finding a niche, having strong processes, and hiring the right people. By specializing in a specific clientele, they've achieved industry credibility, positive impact, and long-term business success. And there you have it, the inspiring journey of the modern firm guided by Brendan Chard's visionary leadership. Brendan and his team have not only survived, but thrived in the challenging and ever-evolving industry, serving small law firms with dedication and expertise. Find the complete details on the modern firm path to success on the agency profile section of our blog. The link is down in the description below. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and hit that bell notification button to stay updated with our future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.